So good afternoon, students. Today we shall move on to the new unit, which is called as designing of retaining walls. Okay, we shall do designing of retaining walls. Let me share the screen. See, at the beginning of the uh, subject, that means in the first session itself, I had discussed the types of retaining walls and why they are being used in the introduction class itself. So today we shall directly look into the problems on that is a design of cantilever retaining walls. See, basically we have two types of retaining walls we will be designing in this subject. One will be a cantilever type of retaining wall. Another type is counterfort type retaining wall. Today we shall discuss about the cantilever type retaining wall. Since the syllabus is very vast, I will be directly into the design problem. Uh, while explaining the steps, I will explain the details and also will give you the variations as well. So observe very carefully, and you should be very proactive to note down the important points what I mentioned during the session. Okay. So first, what we shall do is we shall take a cantilever type retaining wall to retain earth embankment of height 4.75 meter above ground level. It retains earth level with its top. Okay, the soil weighs 18.5 kilonewton per meter square and has an angle of repose of 30 degree. The safe bearing capacity of the soil is 200 kilonewton per meter square. Uh, and then mu is equal to 0.65, that is coefficient of friction. Surface is level. It is what given in the problem. Use M20 grade concrete and HYSD bars. And you have to draw to a suitable scale, which is sectional elevation of the retaining wall and reinforcement detail at the inner face of the stem. So first, what we shall do is we shall understand the parts of retaining wall. See, in this diagram, you can observe, we can understand the parts of the cantilever type retaining wall. Here, in cantilever type retaining wall, you can observe this portion here, this portion. So this portion we call it as stem. Okay, we call this portion as stem, and we have the base slab. So this portion we call it as base slab. In that base slab we have different partitions. So at the front we call this part of the base slab as toe slab, and at the back where the soil will be there, that side we call it as heel slab. And one more thing you can observe here is uh, at the base of the stem, the width is higher than the width at the top. So you should also observe this. Why? Because as we go deeper, the weight of the soil will increase. Okay, so if I stand at this point, so I will be carrying this much load. So this is, say, this much pressure will be exerted on the retaining wall. So only this much pressure is exerted on the retaining wall. If I go down still deeper, so if I am at section 2, so if I call this as section 1, if I am at section 2, I will be carrying this load plus this much this much soil weight. Okay, here the pressure will be much more higher. When I do the calculation for the thickness of the stem, so since the height is lesser here, I will get the thickness, say for example, if I get the thickness as 0.2 for this height, so I will get the thickness for this here is 0.3 meter. So at the base, so overall, all this weight is going to be acting on the retaining wall. So here the pressure will be very higher. So pressure will be very higher. So arrow length ಇಂದ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ indication purpose arrow length ನ ಉದ್ದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay. So here you may get say zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.6 thickness. Since the requirement of thickness is variable throughout its height, as the pressure increases if we go down deeper, the thickness of the stem is getting increased as we go downwards. Okay, so that is why the thickness of the stem is higher at the bottom and minimum at the top. Okay, so this is the reason. So as the introduction we have learned, your cantilever type retaining wall contains three parts. One is cantilever stem part, next one is toe part and heel part. In counterfort retaining wall, one more portion will be there, that is fourth portion, the design of counterfort. So what we will be doing in this problem is we will be doing the design of stem, design of toe slab and design of heel slab. So before going into the designing, what we need to do is we need to calculate the dimensions of the retaining wall. To calculate the dimensions of the retaining wall, you should follow these steps. See, first step, dimensions of retaining wall. First we shall understand what are the given data. So H dash is given, that means 4.75. That means the height of retaining wall above the ground level. uh, that means there is some portion of the retaining wall which is below the ground level. Okay, so above the ground level ಏನಿದೆ 4.75 meter ಇದೆ, but we don't know how much is below the ground level. That we have to find out. So next one is unit weight of soil. So unit weight of concrete, that is density of concrete you used as 24 or 25. So here in this case, since the soil weight will be acting on the retaining wall, density of soil is considered. So the unit weight of soil is equal to density or unit weight, both are same. Okay, so is equal to 18.5 kilonewton per meter square. Next portion is phi is equal to 30 degree. This is angle of repose. What do you mean by angle of repose? See, for say for example, I will keep say for example a material on a slab like this, on a plank. So take for example, say this is an eraser and this is a scale. Think like that. Okay, I will keep this eraser on the scale and this scale is horizontal. So I will try to lift this scale upward. Okay, so as I start lifting this upward, at some slope, this rubber will start sliding downwards. So it starts sliding downwards. The angle at which a material starts sliding down is called angle of repose. In case of soil, the angle of the slope of the ground, if the slope of the ground is within the angle of repose of the soil, then it will not, the soil will not slide, landslides ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ. If the soil slope is more than the angle of repose, then at the angle of repose this much soil will fail and fall. Okay, like that. So that is the concept about angle of repose. Okay. Now observe SBC, safe bearing capacity of the soil. It is the standard parameter what we calculate for soil. Okay. Next, angle of friction. What is the amount of friction it is producing against sliding and all. So, and M20 and Fe415 steel is given. So for calculating the dimensions of the retaining wall, we have a one standard formula to calculate the depth of foundation. So overall depth of foundation, what we need to calculate. So here above the ground level, H dash is given, which is given as 4.75. Okay. Uh, the below the ground level we don't know, that itself is the depth of foundation. So depth of foundation according to the Rankine's formula, so depth of foundation is equal to SBC divided by density of soil multiplied by Ka square. What is this Ka? Ka is nothing but 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi. So ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದನ್ನು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಡ್ ಫೇಸು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಮೈಲಿಂಗ್ ಫೇಸು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್, ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Crude method. So dF is equal to SBC of soil divided by density of soil multiplied by 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi. Phi is the angle of repose. Substitute it and get the value of depth of foundation, which is found to be 1.2 meter. Okay, so therefore overall height of the wall is equal to H is equal to above ground level height ಅಂದ್ರೆ H dash ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅದು, plus depth of foundation what we just calculated. Okay, so this is what we need to substitute. When we substitute these values, what you are going to get is the total height of the retaining wall. So bottom of the retaining wall to top of the retaining wall, total height, capital H. So how much it is? 4.75 plus 1.2. So 5.95 meter or 9550 mm. Okay, so this is the overall height of the overall height of the retaining wall. Okay, understood? Any doubt until this? Shall we move on to next step? Okay, so we shall move on to next step. Meanwhile, I'll write down the attendance. Okay, any doubts? You can speak out. Or you can leave a message in the comment box. Are you understanding? Yes, so we shall continue. Okay, we have now calculated the total height of the retaining wall. In the diagram itself, I will show. So total height is what we have calculated. So it was this much was given, and we have calculated the depth of foundation. So total height of the retaining wall is this much, 5.95 meters. Okay. So now, what we need to do is, what is the height of the stem? As I have mentioned at the beginning, so we will be designing stem portion, toe portion, heel portion. So toe and heel, the continuously we call it as a base slab. So we have to know the dimensions of the base slab. So here the length will be varying. The length will be according to the requirement. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಲೈನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ,
ನಾನೇ ಚೌಟಿ ತಿಂತ ನಾನು ಕಾಲ್ನ ಬೆಚ್ಚಿ ತಿಂಜೆ ಬೆಚ್ಚಿ ಬೆಚ್ಚುವಂಗೋ ಚೌಟಂಗೋ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್.
Kanchan, mute your audio. Okay. So next step we shall find the thickness of the base slab. For calculating the thickness of base slab, we have this formula. So the thickness of the base slab should range between h by 10 to h by 14. So h by 10 in the h by 14 ಈ ರೇಂಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು thickness of the base slab. So it should not be more than that, it should not be less than that, it should be between that one. Okay. Uh, if I take h by 10, I will find it as 595 mm. If I take h by 14, I will get it as 425 mm. So we can assume any value in between 595 and 425. In this example, in this textbook, they have adopted thickness of base slab as 450 mm. There is no particular reason, we can assume. Okay. So then, if 450 mm is the thickness of the base slab, then we shall assume 50 mm as the cover, uh, protective cover, that it is effective cover. So a clear cover in D dash. So overall thickness of the base slab is 450 minus 50. So 450 minus 50 ಏನಾಯ್ತು, this is effective depth. So overall depth is D 450 mm. So overall depth we have calculated, that is thickness of the base slab total ಇದು. So ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 50 mm effective cover ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we have effective depth as 400 mm, that is 0.4. Small d ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ effective depth, capital D ಅಂದ್ರೆ overall depth, D dash ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ effective cover, as you all know. Okay. Now, next step is we shall calculate the width of the base slab. So we shall calculate the width of the base slab. So base slab width ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. So thickness ಆಯ್ತು, width how to calculate. So it should be in a range between 0.5 h to 0.6 h. So 0.5 h ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 2975 mm. 0.6 h ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 3570 mm. So I can select any value in between 2.975 meter to 3.570 meter. So I shall choose 3.5 meters. Okay. It should be in between these two values. ಈ ಎರಡು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. So 3.5 meter I have chosen. So let me show you in the diagram. So this is the base slab. So you can observe the base slab of the retaining wall. So thickness T is taken as 450 mm. That is what we have calculated. Next thing is we have calculated the width of the base slab. So this is the width of the base slab, which is taken as 3.5 meter. Okay. So overall height we have calculated, and thickness of the base slab is calculated, and width of the base slab is calculated. Okay. So next, since we have overall width of the base slab, some portion of this base slab will be acting as a toe slab, and some portion of the base slab will be acting as heel slab. So to know that, we should be knowing the dimensions of the stem as well. So we shall calculate like this. So height of stem, so that means overall height of stem ಎಷ್ಟು, base slab ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, 450 mm. ಸೊ ಓವರಾಲ್ ಹೈಟ್ ಇಂದ ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್ ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ height of stem ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ಹೌದು. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್? ಸೊ height of stem small h is equal to capital H overall height minus T, that is thickness of base slab. We will get it as 5550 mm. So there is a printing mistake here. So 5550 mm. Okay. So 5550 mm is the height of the stem. Okay. Height of stem. So next, toe projection of slab. So toe length ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? So it should be between B by 3 to B by 4. So there, here also we have some range. So toe projection ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು? 1 by 3 B, that means width ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, 3.5 meter. 3.5 meter ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3.5 ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 3 ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ 3.5 ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 4 ಈ ರೇಂಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆ ರೇಂಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 1.16 ಮೀಟರ್ ಟು 0.675 ಮೀಟರ್. ಸೊ 1.16 ಮೀಟರ್ ಟು 0.875 ಮೀಟರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೇಂಜಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಐ ಶಾಲ್ ಚೂಸ್ 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಡೋರ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ 3.5 ಮೀಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು, ದ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ the length of heel slab, okay, that we shall calculate. So what we are just doing is we are calculating the dimensions of the retaining wall. After calculating the dimensions of the retaining wall, we shall calculate the load parameters. After calculating the load parameters, we will be able to provide the reinforcements. Okay. Next we shall look into the next step, that is thickness of the stem. So thickness of the stem, the minimum thickness of the stem should be 200 mm. So at the top where the minimum thickness should be provided, so I shall assume the thickness of the stem at the top is 200 mm. So if the requirement is different, then we shall calculate the requirement. So if we just provide this base slab thickness, we shall see here, provide thickness of the stem as at the base as 450 mm. So why 450 mm? We have just assumed it should be, say, from the top in the ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 2 times ಇರಬಹುದು, or it should be equal to thickness. So thickness ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, thickness is higher here, so 450 mm. So I shall take 450 mm as the width of stem at the bottom. So width of stem at the bottom. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. So observe here. So width of stem at the bottom is 450 mm. Width of stem at the top is 200 mm. Okay. So this is the dimension of the stem. So stem height ಬಂದಾಯ್ತು, top width, bottom width ಬಂದಾಯ್ತು. So now what we can do is we can easily calculate the length of heel slab. So length of toe slab ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, 1 meter ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. So bottom width of stem ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು, 450 mm. So out of 3.5 meter, we have 1 meter used up for toe slab and 0.45 meter used up for stem portion. So the remaining 2.05 meter will be the length of heel slab. So that is the calculation here. So heel projection is equal to B, overall width of the retaining wall, minus toe projection minus thickness of the stem at the base. So that will be 2.05 meter. So this is the heel slab projection length. So what we have just done is we have calculated the dimensions of the retaining wall. In the question they had given the height of the retaining wall above the ground level. So we have calculated the foundation depth df, which is 1.2 meter. Then we have calculated the overall height h. Okay. Next we have calculated the thickness of the base slab, then width of base slab, then height of stem, then top width of the stem and bottom width of the stem, then toe slab projection length and heel slab projection length. So these are the basic dimensions of a cantilever type retaining wall. Okay, understood? So this is how we shall do it. Okay. So Kanchan has commented as no sir. For what you have commented? Kanchan, can you reply? Are you all able to hear us? Hear me? Okay, so we shall continue with the problem. As we have calculated the dimensions, uh, as you all know, the weight of the retaining wall itself will be acting on the soil. So weight of that means self weight of the retaining wall we have to calculate. And we shall also calculate what is the soil pressure which is exerted on the retaining wall. Then only we will be able to design the retaining wall. Okay. Now observe. So as we were doing the design of slab, what we would do, we would assume just a 1 meter strip of slab, right? So similarly here in retaining wall design, we shall consider only 1 meter strip of that means length of wall. See, consider this as the cross section of the retaining wall. And assume this is a compound wall. So compound wall ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, it will be longer. So ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೆಂತ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, it will depend on the size of the property. So property ಎಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So we don't know what is the overall length of the retaining wall. So we shall just assume 1 meter length. 1 ಮೀಟರ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು reinforcement ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ the same will be applicable for throughout the length. Okay, next we have to calculate the stability calculation. So we are calculating the pressure distribution at the base and forces which is acting, we are going to calculate. Okay, so now observe here, we shall first calculate the loads which are applicable on the retaining wall. Retaining wall load first ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, self weight, then soil weight. So self weight of stem, so self weight of stem, so it is bifurcated into two parts for easy calculation. So rectangular portion on the triangular portion on the, so W1 W2. Next base slab dimension and base slab weight of base slab. Next weight of soil on the heel slab we have to calculate. So these are the four main weight, that means load parameters we have to calculate. How to calculate? Area into density will give you the overall picture. That means volume into density will give you the weight of the material. So this portion W1 W2 W3 is of material RCC. So RCC material ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ W1 W2 W3 portion. W4 portion ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, soil ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So we have to use the soil unit weight. Unit weight of soil is given as 18.5 kilonewton per meter square. In the question itself they have given. Unit weight of concrete we know 25. So W1 rectangular portion of the stem, base into height into RCC density of RCC, that is 25. So you calculate it. So W2 triangular portion. So triangular portion area is to half into base into height. So this is the area into density, that is andre into volume ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ into length ಎಷ್ಟು 1. So no problem here. So volume into density ne formula. Okay, next half into base into height is the area of the triangle for the length of 1 meter multiplied by density. So triangular portion weight ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Next base slab dimension ಏನು, rectangular portion. So slab base width into thickness multiplied by 1 meter length into density of RCC, which is 25. Okay, next what we have is weight of soil. Weight of soil ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, so observe here, weight of soil ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ. So this much area of the soil is on the heel slab. So area of this much soil we have to calculate. So height, so height under overall height minus thickness, that means height of stem height of stem multiplied by width of heel slab. So width of heel slab, so ಎಷ್ಟಾಗತ್ತೆ, 5.5 into 2.05 is the area of the soil which is acting on the heel slab. So heel slab for a height, heel slab is to length 2.05 height substitute ಮಾಡಿ. And then unit weight of soil is 18.5, that is density of soil 18.5. Here this is very very important, so this you should be careful here. So most of you will make mistakes here, so don't make mistakes, as I have pinpointing this portion, so don't make mistake here. Okay, so now see, as I have mentioned earlier in the introduction of this part, the pressure of the pressure which is exerted on the retaining wall from the soil will be increasing as we go down deeper. So as I go down deeper, the pressure will be higher. At the top, the pressure will be lesser. Okay. So comparatively zero at the top, and which will be maximum at the bottom. So I cannot take the this varying pressure diagram for calculation of design. So what I will do is I will take one resultant force of this triangular force. Pressure diagram alli resultant force one barutte. So this resultant force will be acting at a distance of h by 3. Okay, so since it is triangular in nature, the resultant, that is centroid of the triangle, will be acting at a distance of h by 3 from the base of the triangle. Okay, so with that concept, the pressure will be acting at a distance of h by 3. So what is the pressure? How much is the pressure? Ka, that is angle of repose consideration ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು, multiplied by density of soil multiplied by height will give you the pressure. So capital H andre overall height. So if I stand here, so say this is 2 meter, say this is just 2 meter at this height. ಸೊ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆ ಎ ಗಾಮ ಇದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಟು 2 ಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, 5.95 ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. So 5.95. So this is the formula for calculation of pressure. So pressure diagram ಏನಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ we shall find out the soil pressure, ಏನಾಗಿದೆ earth pressure, lateral earth pressure, resultant. So this resultant we call it as lateral earth pressure. So lateral earth pressure ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ. So ಅದು it will be at a distance of h by 3 from the bottom. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಾಮಾ ಕೆ ಎ ಗಾಮಾ h square divided by h by 3. ಸೊ if I am at this portion, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಏನು, ಇದು ಬಾಟಮ್. ಸೊ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಬಾಟಮ್, ಸೊ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆ ಎ ಗಾಮಾ h square which is the magnitude of the force at a distance of h by 3. So moment ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ force into perpendicular distance. So ka gamma h square multiplied by h by 3. So h into h square h cube divided by 3 ಆದರೆ divided by 3 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So that is the formula of m. So observe here. So ka is 1 by 3. Ka is 1 by 3. Okay. So now we have to do the soil pressure calculation. Okay. We shall continue this step in the next class. Okay. I shall not crumble, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. So we shall look into this step in the next class. Okay.